Now, a group made up of 5 men on Wednesday have opened a new secretariat for the main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party in Abuja.
Now, the 5 men are Prince Obinwosu, Alhaji Hassan Adamu, Chief Olushola Akindele, Chief Godwin Duru, and Franklin Edede. The office is located at Asokoro, district of Abuja, and only 2 flags of the party are tapped to the building to indicate that it is a party office.
Nwosu, who is the leader of the 5-man faction, said that members of the National Working Committee of his group would be announced in January next year.
Fresh PDP, PDP first. Today, the PDP that Nigerians have yearned for is born. We hereby declare that the era of impunity, imposition, and manipulation of our party internal election processes is dead and buried. Delegate system, which has been fraudulently manipulated, is to be replaced with direct primaries through electronic voting. To this effect, we have officially opened a national secretariat of the party here in Asokoro, Abuja, from where the authentic National Working Committee of the party will be operating. We call on all members of our great party to cease forthwith any correspondences with the illegal NWC selected through the most undemocratic way ever witnessed in the history of the party.
Right. We have our correspondent in Abuja now who has been following developments in the PDP, Somna Sambo, joining us from the nation's capital in Abuja. Somna, good morning. It's good to have you join us now. Can you give us a background? Yeah, what is really going on with the fresh PDP as they call themselves now? What do we need to know?
Well, what you need to know is that this issue is arising from what happened at the December 9 convention. Most of these persons are aggrieved aspirants and stakeholders, and they started initially addressing the media right from the night of that December 9 as a result of what they described the unity list brought in place by some of the top party leaders, and the governors have been fingered by this group of persons as being responsible for the release of that unity list. They are saying that what they are now working on is what they term a unanimous list. They said they are opening this new national secretariat of the PDP, according to them, because they feel aggrieved. They feel that the reconciliation efforts put in place is targeted at only the chairmanship candidates of the PDP rather than all the other candidates, because there were so many impositions according to them, and most of them had bought forms. They had gone around the country to campaign, but on the night of the convention they were surprised that this unity list emerged, and with the way the party managed it after the convention, they were not happy. They said that the governors continued making it look to Nigerians as if everything was democratic without, in quotes, letting people know that it was a mere imposition of anointed candidates. So it's the aftermath of the convention that we are now, seeing this group emerging, calling themselves, Fresh PDP. Well, they said Fresh PDP is their slogan, that it is not actually their name, because when we asked them yesterday if indeed they're a splinter group of the party, they said yes, they are a splinter group of the party, and that they are going to inaugurate their National Working Committee in January and all of that. So we tried to get some of the information about the membership of their so-called national party, and if the Independent National Electoral Commission has identified with them. They said no, but that they had written to INEC to inform them of their decision to form a splinter group within the ruling, the opposition PDP.
All right, what about, maybe they said anything about maybe being open to discussion with the PDP in case anything changes?
Yes, if you remember, Governor Siraki Dixon is the chairman of the Reconciliation Committee, and he had been meeting with the chairmanship candidates, visiting them personally in their houses to let them know that the party is one and that there is a need to forge a common front. But these aggrieved aspirants that have come together and stakeholders say that the reconciliation effort has not gotten to them, and they are unhappy with the way the party has been gallivanting, especially some of the top leaders, making Nigerians feel that all went well during the national convention without letting people know that, you know, there are so many persons that were not reached out to, and then democratic processes were not fully followed according to them. Now, the party has also announced that they will, you know, be holding a reconciliation meeting with all other aggrieved aspirants in the second week of January. A statement by the Bayelsa State governor specifically said that somebody like Adedoja, who took the party to court, will be met, and the efforts to reconcile all members will be put in place. But they are saying that the reconciliation efforts keep targeting only the top hierarchy of PDP leaders rather than them. And so as a result of that, they are coming out to voice out their concerns, to let people know that there is lack of internal democracy in the party. They are insisting that the party should put in place an appropriate mechanism. For example, you don't expect someone who bought a form of 1.5 million naira or 5 million to go out and campaign to people only for him to come to the convention ground, and he is asked by some governors to even get away. Now,
joining us from Abuja is an aggrieved aspirant who contested for the position of National Youth Leader of the party, Comrade Franklin Edede. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
All right.
My pleasure.
Okay, yeah, we believe you're a member of the Fresh PDP. First off, tell us about the ultimatum given to the PDP just a few days ago on the need to do the needful before taking the step yesterday.
Sorry?
Tell us about the ultimatum given to the PDP first off, prompting the formation of Fresh PDP yesterday after the convention.
No, if I got you correctly, the issue is not about the name. The main issue here, the burning point here, is that we were gathered, we were made to understand that there was going to be a convention, elective convention of our great party, and all of us that offered ourselves are well known in the party. I have been particularly myself, I have been in the forefront of youth development and emancipation in this country and Africa at large. I offered myself, and the youth of this great party said, yes, going by my antecedents, going by my track records, that I will make a better youth leader for this great party. That times were gone when youth leaders will be imposed on the party, that it would have been more effective, efficient, you know, and more robust if the youths had gathered to say, this is our candidate, and the candidate emerges. And that would have set the records for a very clear and clean sweep of the polls by PDP come 2019. You see, the issue we are talking about is not about me as a person. It's not about whoever is saying whatever he or she is saying. It's about impunity and injustice. That I bought from, I met all the requirements to contest and become national unit of a great party. And I was told, and I was made to understand that I was going to face my opponent in a contest. For crying out loud, election is a situation where people will be given a level playing ground to aspire, vote and be voted for. In the first instance, I was deprived of my franchise of voting for myself, which never mattered to us, because we saw it as an internal issue. We saw it as even when we contested at a meeting with the Governor Ifeanyi Okowa led Convention Planning Committee, that it would have been better the aspirants were given opportunity to vote for themselves, so that in a situation where an aspirant never was popular to have attracted a vote, he or she would have voted for himself. But in this issue, we were not given that opportunity, but it never mattered or meant anything to us.
All right,
now,
Franklin.
Going to the main issue.
Frankly, sorry, let us, we don't have all the time, so let us see how we can understand the idea here now, pushing for a new faction of the party. Now, after you came out aggrieved from the convention, what mechanism are there to resolving some of these issues? Did you think of going to court, or did you think of writing a petition to the national leadership or something before deciding to come up with a new faction?
No, you see, the issue is very clear that we after the convention, that was on the 10th, we walked away. I walked away with my followers, my supporters at that convention. I was not there because I saw it before me, the governor of Ekiti State, whom I have respect for, before under my nose brought a list written and the compilation of assumed to have won candidates of the convention, that if your name is not included on this list, that you should forget it. That shows you the height of undemocratic and the level of how would I say it, uncivilized the nature of our so-called leaders. Then you at the end of the day, those people, their names were on that list, emerged without one person out of those people losing at the end of the day. And we were there, they were sharing the so-called unity list written on a letter-headed paper of our great party.
Okay,
and that went on to let everybody know, that everyone that cared to understand or know that the issue was a unanimous one. It was when we have discovered that these people already had, concluded on their plans to scheme us out, after making us believe that it was going to be free, fair, and credible, and most. So
let me come in here now, Franklin. Franklin, please hold on.
No.
Franklin, please let me come in here at this time. Now, this is not the first time, really, that political parties will tell you that there are different means of bringing out representatives. It could be via election or via consensus. So the issue about the unity list that some few people have in the party were said to have drafted, or about your own interest, because many would say that is floating a fresh party which is perceived not to be registered yet the solution to this problem?
Let me just clear this here. That it is not about me. I said it in my intro. It's not about me. It's not about either I ran or not. If you follow my records, if you follow my antecedents, you will know that I have been fighting I've been fighting injustice. I've been fighting oppression. I've been fighting intimidation within and outside this country. And it is very, very unfair that you would tell a people that look at what you're going to do. At the end of the day, you are drifting from there. You are derailing. You are deviating from your promises. It doesn't show true leadership. That if you tell a people something and you should go ahead to confirm what you have told them by adhering to what you have just told them. I am telling you that the election, if the names were written on a private paper, it wouldn't have mattered to us. That it was written on a letter-headed PDP letter-headed paper with logo. That means the structures of the party, the organs of the party, and even including the aspirants had met, and they decided that we are going to be the people that were going to emerge. That ordinarily they would have ordinarily told us not to aspire, or they would have told us to come to Eagle Square to attend the inauguration of the people they had shortlisted. I think that would have made us feel more at home than coming to rape us before our presence.
All right, Franklin.
Even at that, after doing those injustices, they never taught our conscience, our minds, our personalities, our feelings were anything to go by.
All right, Franklin.
They kept making people believe that it was all fine.
Franklin, I understand you are very aggrieved right now. I understand the temper. Just calm down a little bit.
Emotional.
Calm down a little bit. Let's understand each other, because Nigerians are listening and are watching.
The election was on.
No, hang on, Franklin. Franklin, listen, Franklin. Sorry. I know you're very aggrieved right now. Calm down so Nigerians can also understand you, right? All this while, have you gone to court? Have you reported? Have you reached out? Have you written a petition to the leadership of the party concerning this?
if I could recall, after this, I never went to court because our party has internal mechanism of resolving issues, and we felt that having met this high level of injustice on the likes of us, that nature would have just tried to compel them to say, let us even call these small people, these inconsequential people, but these people that have been there for this party since the inception of this party, since the information of this party, they have not derailed, they have not looked sideways, they have not disappointed this party, they have not done anything that would have undermined the people that they didn't. And that was why we issued press statements alerting them that if nothing is done within 7 days, we were going to take another further step in trying to address our displeasure. And that was what led to, if you watch last week, we had a press release that was everywhere in the media, and none of them bothered to even say, can we just reach out to these people?
Franklin, let me come in here now for clarity. For the sake of those watching. Franklin,
please, let's listen to each other, please.
Franklin, it's supposed to be conversational.
Let's listen to each other, right?
Okay, thank you very much. Now, for the sake of those watching, the People's Democratic Party set up a reconciliation committee headed by Bayelsa State Governor Seriake Dixon. And we understand the plan is to meet with not just candidates for the chairmanship position, but also other candidates maybe by next year, maybe January or February. So why not even wait till next year and then wait to see what would play out before taking this action?
You can't. Like I've always said, you don't beat a child and decide or determine for the child when, how, and where to cry. This is we have been badly injured. We have been badly stabbed. We have been badly maltreated and intimidated. So the issue of when, how, and where is not supposed to come here. The truth is that the aspirants that were a well-known group of PDP faithful that aspired and offered themselves for positions geared towards moving our great party forward.
All right, Franklin.
We are being dashed.
All right, Franklin.
Somebody is saying they are going to meet us by 2nd week of January.
All right,
Franklin. They are going to meet us by 10th week of November,
Franklin.
by 30th week of whatever month.
Okay, Franklin.
To me, it doesn't matter. What matters is the level of impunity that is being perpetrated in the party.
Okay, Franklin, because we don't have all the time right now, let me ask you just one question, then we'll leave. Now that you are this aggrieved, if they reach out to you now and say, let us talk, and you settle, will you dismantle or disband the faction of the party that you've set up now?
Yes, it depends on the condition of reaching out. It depends on the level they are able to meet with our conditions and our agitations. Because
what is the condition?
There was no election. The names were written. So if they can reshuffle, if they will come and accommodate people that ordinarily the people we are yearning to see as national leaders of our party, and they say, okay, let us make amends, let's make some sacrifices, and they'll be able to cushion the effect, or the effect of what they have done, the damages they have caused on some aspirants. I think the party it is my dream and aspiration to see PDP out APC, because APC has disappointed everybody in this country. The truth of the matter is that we thought that PDP, as a great party, as the most popular and the largest party in this continent, would have learned from the mistakes of the past, and we will be able to get it right at this point.
All right.
Forge ahead
Franklin,
in making sure that 2019 would have been an easy
Franklin
ride.
has a lot to say, but unfortunately,
if they don't get it right at this point, we are not going to shift any ground.
Yeah, Franklin, you are very aggrieved, I can see, but certainly we understand, and your party members are also watching this program, so we hope that for the sake of democracy, they can reach out to you and democracy will move forward. Thank you very much, Franklin Edede, aggrieved member of the PDP who contested the national youth leader at the party convention recently. Thank you for joining us from Abuja.